All right, so which fantasy football running backs am I going to target in drafts this summer, and which of the running backs I'm going to be avoiding almost completely this season? Before I get into that, make sure if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe, hit the notification button. The videos are going to start coming hot and heavy with the season quickly approaching. Also, if you haven't picked up my 2023 Fantasy Football Draft Guide, you could do so here on the channel's homepage by clicking the PayPal link, and I'll send you a PDF format, or you can head over to Amazon and pick up your paperback book form, not a magazine, book form of the draft guide as well. Over 100 pages, jam-packed with coverage of all the things you need to dominate your draft. So what I did for the purpose of this video and sharing with you guys the running backs I'm going to take is I broke things down into different levels. So I basically wrote down everybody from Christian McCaffrey all the way down to Jamal Williams in terms of, the running backs that we're going to own, we're going to rely on as running back ones, running back twos, and running back threes. All right. Anybody beyond that, I didn't include for the purpose of exercise. So no, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, no Kenneth Williams, no players like that. But I will start off already, since those of you who are already subscribers know that I am not a running back first round guy. All right. I made a mistake last year doing that with Jonathan Taylor with the #1 pick, and I paid dearly, even though I won that league. It was because of Travis Kelce, who I drafted in the beginning of the third round, that really won it for me more than anything else. So that was a mistake. Luckily, I survived. A lot of other people weren't so lucky. The running back bust rate is very high. There's a lot of name running backs that have now crossed the danger threshold of 27 and older in terms of their age. So those are automatic throwouts. They always are automatic throwouts for me. 27 and up, I don't want to deal with you. Diminishing returns, increased risk of injury, and that's a lot of big name guys this season, which I'm going to get to. I also wanted to avoid timeshares, thick timeshares. Talking about the Philadelphia Eagle timeshare. So I'm looking to avoid situations like that as well. Seattle doesn't look that great either, just because of the diverse skill set of the runners involved. All right, so first round in drafts this season. There's only a few running backs that are actually going this early in the season in the first round. Christian McCaffrey is, Austin Eckler is, Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor right on that border, as is Nick Chubb. Tony Pollard in PPR leagues, he's right on the border as well. Josh Jacobs is a first round pick. Derrick Henry has slipped to round 2. And of course, Bijan Robinson, who everybody wants, he's in the first round. Now, for me, you all know I want Travis Kelce in the first round, or Justin Jefferson, or Ja'Marr Chase. Those are my big three, all right? If I'm in the beginning portion of the first round, I want Justin Jefferson. If I'm in the middle portion, I want Travis Kelce. And then the latter, it's going to be Ja'Marr Chase, Stephon Diggs, as long as his contract situation is worked out. Those are the guys I'm going to be targeting. So I'm going to try to avoid the running backs. Failing to do that, there's really only two running backs that I would look at in the first round. All right, Bijan Robinson is the one. I mean, this guy is the real deal. Ordinarily, I'm very leery about rookie running backs. But, I mean, think back to Saquon Barkley, his spectacular rookie season. This is the kind of upside, this is the kind of level of performance that Bijan Robinson is capable and might even be able to exceed. I mean, he could play strictly as a slot receiver in the NFL and catch 90 passes. That's how good he is as a receiver. And then you add in his explosive running, his top end speed, everything. He is a PPR gem. He will break fantasy football this season. I'm not going out on a limb by saying that either. So Bijan Robinson, I would absolutely consider taking in round 1. Josh Jacobs is also intriguing to me late first round if all my other options are off the board. If Diggs is gone, if Chase is gone, obviously if Kelce and Jefferson will be gone towards the end of round 1, then I would consider Josh Jacobs. But failing that, I'm out on the other guys. So let's just take them one at a time. Christian McCaffrey, I'm out on. First round pick, 27 years old, lengthy injury history. Those are 4 red flags, because I don't anticipate him staying healthy for a second year in a row. So those are 4 red flags with McCaffrey. Age, unlikely to repeat a second straight injury-free season considering where he's been at previously. First round pick, you're really also buying high on him. All of those things, I'm out on Christian McCaffrey. Austin Eckler, here's another one. He's 28. Austin Eckler is 28. Very heavy usage the last couple of years. I know he's built like a rock, but he is small, prone to getting dinged up. First round pick. I'm out on Austin Eckler for those multiple red flags. Jonathan Taylor, I've already done a video on him already. Even though he's 24, he's got a lot of usage going back to college. I don't love the line. Just go check out that video for a refresher on Taylor. So I'm out on Jonathan Taylor. Nick Chubb, just did a video on him. I'm out on him because I play PPR leagues and he doesn't catch passes as good of a runner as he is. But Chubb is also now 27. Danger zone. I'm out on Nick Chubb. So let me just cross these out. So McCaffrey, Eckler, Taylor, Chubb, all off the board for me. Derrick Henry, 29, doesn't catch passes. That's an obvious call. No way, no how. I do not want Derrick Henry. And I haven't wanted him for years, but similar to Nick Chubb. So I'm out on him as well. So those are all first, second round guys that I'd be very leery of. Saquon Barkley is 26. He's missed a couple of years of injury. I would absolutely consider him if he slips somehow to the second round. So I would keep my options open on Barkley. I mentioned Josh Jacobs already, and then, of course, Bijan Robinson. Totally in on Bijan Robinson in the first round if the opportunity presents itself and my other options fall by the wayside. All right, Tony Pollard, 26 years old. I won't close the door on him. In PPR leagues, he'll be a late first-round pick, I think, depending on if they bring back Ezekiel Elliott. If they do bring back Elliott, then Pollard is a mid-second round, late second-round guy because Elliott would probably take the touchdown carries again like he did last season. He actually did fairly well in that role. Failing to re-sign Elliott, I would consider Tony Pollard as well. And now we're going to get into the guys that I'm going to really start to look at from round 2 onward. All right, Ramondre Stevenson, big fan of his. He's 25 years old, catches a ton of passes. Bill Belichick loves him. Damian Harris is gone. Ramondre Stevenson has a great opportunity here to really, I know he fumbles a lot, but Ramondre Stevenson's the real deal in my opinion. Breece Hall, second round pick, 22 years old. Love Breece Hall. His recovery is coming along well. Travis Etienne from his torn ACL. Travis Etienne, 24 years old. I'm in on Travis Etienne, explosive back, capable of catching more passes, so I'm good with him. From that point onward, then we get into trouble again. Najee Harris, 25. I don't like him as a runner. I'm completely out on him. I hate the offense. He's a toss out for me. Kenneth Walker, great runner, 22 years old, but Zach Charbonnet from UCLA catches a lot of passes. They're going to use him heavily in the passing game. That's going to hurt both. I'm out on both of those guys, Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, I'm done with this split, 50-50 split the last 2 years. It might work for Green Bay. It doesn't work for me. Aaron Jones, also 28, constantly nicked up. Misses a game or two here, here and there. I've loved Jones over the years, that, but I'm now out on him at 28 years old. Joe Mixon, 27, legal trouble, didn't look good last season. He's an easy toss. Dalvin Cook, 28 this season. He might even be cut. No telling what situation he's going to end up with. Not going to violate my avoidance of 27 and older running backs. He is a toss out for me as well. Philadelphia Eagles, DeAndre Swift, Rashad Penny, Kenneth Williams, all of those guys, they're all toss outs for me. I'm out on all those guys. I don't want and also not to mention Jalen Hurts will keep the football around the goal line and score touchdowns. I don't want any Philadelphia Eagle running back on my team. Excuse me. Miles Sanders, 26 years old. Really like Miles Sanders this season. The Panthers are going to build heavily around him, make him a focal point of the offense as they bring Bryce Young along. I've done separate videos on him already. I'm totally in on Miles Sanders. Right now, he's going in the third round. I think that's going to rise. There's some talk about Chuba Hubbard being the goal line back. I don't see it. I think Sanders is perfectly capable of handling that, so he will be on my list. Dameon Pierce is also on my list, 23 years old. Decent receiver. Probably would be utilized a little bit more on that front this season. So I'm in on him. J.K. Dobbins is a toss. I'm done waiting for him. Always hurt, doesn't catch passes. Lamar Jackson, just like with Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia, will keep the ball. I'm out on Dobbins. Cam Akers, he's 24. Had a good finish to the season, but I just don't love him. I would not be inspired by him at all. I would feel bored as hell drafting him, so I'm going to be out on Cam Akers. James Conner, listen, he's 28, so right there, I'm tossing James Conner, even though he's going to have opportunities to score touchdowns, as he always does in Arizona. But his health has been horrible since coming into the NFL. You can't depend on him. I'm out on James Conner. Isaiah Pacheco, I'm out on him. I'm out on Jerick McKinnon. I'm out on CEH if he somehow gets some carries. too many mouths to feed there. Pacheco doesn't catch passes, so no thank you. Alvin Kamara, way down the ADP this season already, not unexpected. He's going to be 28 in July, legal trouble. They brought in Jamal Williams. I'm done. He looked shot last season. It's over. Jamal Williams, no way he replicates that touchdown total. Not a great receiver. I'm out on Jamal Williams. I'm not buying high there. Samaje Perine, I think people are going to get burned by. I think Jamal Williams is going to come back quicker than we think, probably by the end of September. I don't like guys coming off a serious knee injury like Williams is, so I'm out on both Perine and Williams. Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson, this is intriguing. I do like Brian Robinson, but Gibson is going to get a lot of work in the passing game, so these two might cancel each other out. I would keep an open mind maybe on Gibson as a running back 3, but that's it. And then finally, Alexander Mattison. Alexander Mattison, to me, is somebody I would target for sure if Dalvin Cook gets his walking papers. If not, then I'm out on him as well. Jahmyr Gibbs in Detroit, I'm not really going to chase him because they brought in David Montgomery. I think those two will cancel each other out. So, not left with a lot of running backs here, guys. And again, I don't really build my teams on running backs because of the injury factor. The guys that are left, Saquon Barkley, these are the guys I would draft. Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard, Josh Jacobs. Unlikely I end up with any of them because I'm not going to probably use a first or a second round pick on a running back. That leads me to the next group, which I probably will own, and also Bijan Robinson in round 1. I'm not likely to end up with him either because I prefer Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, or Travis Kelce. Now, Ramondre Stevenson, Travis Etienne, Miles Sanders, Dameon Pierce. I'm going to end up with one of them. I'm definitely going to end up with one of them I would do it in the late second round. I would do it in the third round. I love Breece Hall. If I can get Breece Hall in round 2, I would do it. So, if I took Jamar Chase in round 1 and then came back with Breece Hall in round 2, I'm a pig in shit. I mean, I'm loving life. So, I'm fine with Breece Hall. So, Ramondre Stevenson, Breece Hall, Travis Etienne, Miles Sanders, Dameon Pierce. One of those guys will be my running back 1. And then as far as running back 2, Alexander Mattison, although I think his ADP will jump up. Antonio Gibson, running back 2, 3, I could use him there. If the price was right on Jahmyr Gibbs, if he fell enough, I would consider him. But that's how it looks like for me. So Ramondre Stevenson, Breece Hall, Travis Etienne, Miles Sanders, Dameon Pierce. Those are the guys that I'm going to target. If I had to put them in order of preference, I would go Hall, Stevenson, Hall, Stevenson, Sanders, Etienne, Pierce. That's how I'd rank those 5. So those 5 guys, one of them is going to be mine. And you know what? If I take Justin Jefferson in round 1 or Jamar Chase in round 1, maybe I take Breece Hall in round 2. And if Dameon Pierce or Miles Sanders slips in round 3, then I would take one of them. So I could end up with both of them. So not out of the realm of possibility. If I can just get one of those 5 running backs, fill out wide receiver, fill out tight end, I'm good to go. So those are the running backs I'm targeting this year in 2023 fantasy football. Again, make sure you hit the subscribe, hit the notification, and the like button. Pick up my draft guide. Lots of good stuff coming down the pike. Live streams are going to be starting soon again as well. So stay tuned, and we will talk soon.